It's just kind of shameful what happened in Texas. So the hemp bill was actually passed by the Trump administration first time around. And since 2018, it's been legal to use hemp-derived products, including CBD and THCA. And Texas does this overnight thing where they make it punishable by up to 10 years in prison. And total spineless pussies like Joe Rogan don't even say anything because they live there. Total spineless pussies, deeply regressive. I was starting to like Texas too. Had some good times in Dallas. Starting to really enjoy that state, but I'm not going to do any more business meetings there. You folks are retarded. The party of MAGA pedophiles. You're just the MAGA pedophile state. You and Oklahoma are the two most regressive states in the union. And even Oklahoma lets you have weed. Dispensaries all over Oklahoma. So Texas, you're the worst. And here's the issue. You claim to be law and order, and overnight you reversed course. There were shops that were open for years, and boomers and shit were getting their CBD, and everybody was happy as a clam. But this corrupt little shrimp lieutenant governor, this little lieutenant governor who's lost a lot of weight since he went on peptides, this scrawny little thing decides to bring back the 1970s drug war. And Joe Rogan, who brought all these young creative people out to Texas, and Elon Musk, who did the exact same thing, brought all these engineers out from California and around the world, just silent on this as their state decides to turn them into the new private prison population. And it's, aside from being disgusting, to go overnight from hemp is allowed to Chinese cannabis laws. You're supposedly a Christian law and order state, and you move to Chinese cannabis laws overnight because your private prisons are starting to get a little bit thin. Like Dan Patrick. So you need to fill those private prisons. And I realize some of you will say, look, the majority of the prisons in Texas actually are not private prisons. That's not the point. The point is you have a whole industry of people who are infantilizing their fellow Americans over something that most of us don't even think about anymore. 50% of Americans smoke weed weekly. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. But it's not something that the rest of us put you in prison for 10 years for. Again, Chinese cannabis laws, misusing state authority. The Democrats are going to sweep in November, and this is why. Because you've abused your own people. I didn't vote for Trump this time around. I didn't vote in this past election. But the white middle class base that came out and voted for Trump again, despite all his flaws, put him back into office, and this is how he's rewarded you. This is how the MAGA pedophiles have rewarded you. One of the largest states in the union, you can now be kidnapped by a member of the state and put in a for-profit prison for the next 10 years of your life for something that a state or two away is not only legal, but in Colorado, for example, the state puts an insert in your bag when you buy something at a dispensary, a little insert to walk you through your first cannabis vape experience, to let you know what to expect from a cartridge versus smoking flower. That's the state. The state should either make sure this stuff is pure and test it, as, again, the majority of states now do, or get out of the way. But when you're criminalizing a behavior that half of Americans participate in, again, I'm not saying it's a good behavior, half of Americans participate in this, and you're declaring a fatwa on them overnight, when, again, the leaders of your state culturally, like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, have brought so many young people out there, and then you burn them like this. This is what MAGA has given us. And I watched this transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, this little Fox News pretty boy, just sucking up to the president, just gargling the president's balls on national television. It's so shameful. I didn't see anything like this even during the Obama administration. This is so shameful. But this guy was elated. This Sean Duffy just gargling away, elated that Palm Beach's airport has been renamed Donald J. Trump International Airport. Isn't that wonderful? Shouldn't we all be as excited as Sean Duffy? And meanwhile, the same guy says, if you don't want ICE to beat you up in the airport, if you're a white American and you don't want them to grind you into the pavement, make sure you dress nice. This little Fox News pretty boy actually said that. When you go to an airport, make sure you're dressed nice and his ICE goons won't beat the shit out of you. That's how the white middle class has been treated by the Trump administration. Hitler obviously was not a good guy. Hitler, by his own standards, didn't betray his own people. He didn't build the concentration camps for white Aryans with blue eyes. He didn't attempt to betray his own people. The second Trump term has been nothing but betrayal. So now in MAGA, Texas, you can go to prison for 10 years for not even smoking a real joint. You go to prison, you didn't even touch the real thing. You just smoked the hemp bullshit that's been legal since 2018 and sold in convenience stores and health shops and stuff. That's your biggest problem in Texas. And you have to infantilize that behavior. They have state psychologists who treat you like you're Hannibal Lecter if you've smoked the joint. And all the medical systems in Texas treat you like you're a meth head if they detect THC in your system. And again, Joe Rogan, meanwhile, is smoking constantly. Any guest who comes into town from Los Angeles is smoking the whole time they're around him. And this is a guy who advocates DMT use, which is up there with acid in terms of illegality. Advocates DMT use, and you got his friend Elon Musk, by his own admission, going to a ketamine clinic every few weeks. And again, these two men brought so many young thinkers and builders to Texas, and this is how they get repaid by the MAGA politicians in that state. And again, you want to travel somewhere, just listen to Sean Duffy. Make sure you wear your best clothes so that his goons don't grind your white ass into the pavement. Total betrayal. Absolute fucking betrayal of the people. Tucker Carlson is right. Thomas Massey is right. This has been a total fucking betrayal. And some of these MAGAs say, Trump actually won the Iran war, David. Don't you realize that? No, I actually don't realize that. Sorry. We're done with your cult bullshit. We're done with this disgusting bullshit. I don't agree with his economic views, but Senator Ossoff has been on TV a lot lately, John Ossoff. And what he's saying is he'll be the next president. This man will be the next president at the rate he's going. Because what he's saying is what we're all thinking. This is becoming an obscenity. That's the word he used, Senator Ossoff. This is becoming an obscenity. Trump making $4 billion off the stock market and crypto scams while he's president. And it's not as if he's making money as all tides, not as if he's making money as the tide lifts all boats. He's trading against us. He's trading against the rest of us, pushing out insider information through his scam where you get his tweets a little bit sooner if you pay him $100,000 a month, the Truth Social preferred thing. So you got to pay the president $100,000 a month to get his stupid fucking tweets a couple minutes early so you can front run the rest of the country. Again, he didn't make that money as all of us were lifting up with him. He traded against us. All this oil market insider shit. The Iranians claim that Jared Kushner and Witkoff have made something like $9 billion off of just playing back and forth instead of a decisive peace resolution, going back and forth and manipulating the oil market at every single step of the way. Why is a president making billions of dollars off of crypto scams and a shitty cell phone, Trump Mobile? Why is the president doing this stuff while he's in the Oval Office? And why does everybody around him seem like a compromised and blackmailed sycophant? Oh, it's so incredible that we renamed it Donald J. Trump International Airport. You're shameful people. You're absolutely shameful people. You're going to lose big in November. You deserve to lose big. And what the Democrats should do at the state level, since you MAGA pedophiles are misusing state law to suddenly put people in prison for using hemp joints that were previously completely legal, and enforcing Chinese cannabis laws overnight. That's not law and order. It's not God-fearing. It's not Christian. And it's certainly not conservative. It's not limited government. But doing that, and you got to wonder, do you think people are going to come out and vote for you in November? So no, it's going to be a Democrat sweep. And every single state should pass a state law that if you went to Epstein Island, if you went to child rape and child murder island while you were being watched and monitored by a foreign power to collect that blackmail and use it against you later, if that was you, immediate grand jury investigation. If your name is in the Epstein files, whatever state you live in, we pass state laws in all 50 states that it's an immediate grand jury investigation into you. Since the DOJ is run by Trump's former personal lawyer, we can prosecute these people at the state level. You want to put people in prison for 10 years for smoking the hemp that was previously legal the day before, that your own administration legalized? Then we should use state laws to put all the Epstein pedophiles in prison once and for all. It's long overdue. Don Huffines in Texas needs to be investigated. Instead of investigating hemp shops, investigate Don Huffines. Don Huffines. How is he not investigated? Oh, that's right, because their whole state is corrupt. MAGA pedophiles. That's what we do. State laws get revised such that every single person who went to Epstein Island, to Child Murder Island, you should be up there with Osama bin Laden. You should be immediately considered an enemy of the state until proven otherwise. And if you're a member of public office in any form, if you hold public office, or if you're on the board of any publicly held institution, any company that's publicly traded, and you went to Epstein Island or you exchanged personal emails with Jeffrey Epstein, joking about heinous stuff that then actually happened, you need to be immediately removed from your board position. You need to immediately resign from any elected office. And again, automatic grand jury investigation. This is how you want to play with the people who smoke hemp and the folks who use CBD for pain. Okay, that's fair, but grand jury investigation into every single Epsteinite at the state level so they can be prosecuted and sent to a state prison forever. Enough of this shit. I don't know who's happy with this unless you're one of the creeps making money from Trump's insider trading scams. Again, it's not as if he's making money with the rest of us. The president is literally trading against us. It's unfathomable. Like Senator Ossoff says, it's an obscenity.